Ja. Ach, übrigens, dadurch, dass ich ja eigentlich ein Pre-Orderer bin, habe ich eine Pferderüstung, die aber keinen Sinn hat. Also es gibt keinen Nutzen für diese Pferderüstung, das ist der Pre-Order-Bonus. Scheiße, weißt du, was hinten sein könnte? Ah nee, ich habe erst gelesen, der Kellner, aber das ist die Küche.
I've got a few coins for incidentals. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Ja, ein Haufen Geld, auch wenn um eine Expedition zu organisieren. Okay, ich habe ein bisschen Geld. Mit den Piratenanführern sprechen, um Geld zu bekommen. Ein Schiff finden oder besorgen, das Geheimnis von Monkey Island finden und die glorreiche Zeit nochmal durchleben.
How clever.
Le Ship.
Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Wahrscheinlich muss ich mich verkleiden und kann dann mit LeChuck rüberlegen.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is that a definite requirement?
Sorry.
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated?
I thought so.
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have you got for that?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time, okay?
I could be the gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once. I can take it.
I have a lot to do today.
Okay, never mind. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship. No parking of demonic, ghostly, or undead vessels or scooters. Tuesdays 3 to 4. Looks like this is going to be a long journey.
Guck mal, das ist eine Quizkarte. Fürs Sammelband, also sind die überall versteckt.
I hope this isn't one of those party cruises.
Blood Island ist die Heimat von. Boah. Ich würde sagen, Stans kuscheligen Gruften war das damals. Da hat er doch das Sarggeschäft gehabt. Ich bin mir aber jetzt nicht 100% sicher, deshalb würde ich das jetzt einmal zurückstellen. Wer weiß, was passiert, wenn ich eine falsche Antwort mal gebe. Das ist Elaine.
Elaine?
Guybrush! Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you?
No, silly. I came on a charter. Just like you.
I figured that, but it never hurts to ask. I'm finding it harder than I thought to get hold of a ship and a crew for my expedition. The new local leadership was less than supportive.
Why don't you ask around at the docks? I'm sure you can find something.
Thanks, I'll try that. How's your scurvy prevention project?
It's great! Wait! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
Ich finde schon, wenn die in diese Frontsicht gehen, was ja auch so typisch ist, sag ich mal, für Monkey Island 1 und 2. Es gab ja so ein paar Gespräche, wo du dann so nah rangegangen bist, sieht man schon so ganz viel Liebe in den Animationen.
Sounds like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
You've probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
No, you say bye 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 first.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Santo Domingo. The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee. It doesn't look finished. It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers. They're having a half-off sale.
Kann man Gestrüpp finden. Oh.
Looks like Wally's got a new place in Melee. I hope he's not still sore about the monocle. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. The sign says, at Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly.
Wir gehen pleite.
Well, the voodoo here must be authentic, culturally, and historically accurate. The sign says so. Going out of business? This place is an institution. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you. I cannot give you what you wish. But perhaps I can help in another way. Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much. The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way, think of it as a book
Wenn man
of
nicht weiterkommt, die
hints.
Hilfe.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge. Now you must go. I have a luncheon, and your destiny lies at the docks.
It does?
Most assuredly.
Auch schon gelöst. Obwohl ich gerne das Telefon gehabt hätte. Mit der Hilfshotline.
At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon, back shortly. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, this was my favorite novelty store. What kind of person would just paint on a wall like that? Elaine would never have stood for this when she was governor. This place has kind of gone downhill. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
Die alte Gasse damals. Verbieter neigt so mit einem Auge zu sehen.
It seems to be stuck closed. It seems to be stuck closed. It seems to be stuck closed. Employees only. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, I think it's a chandelier. Looks sort of like an eye.
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Das ist schon ein paar Jahre her.
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan! Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I notice you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
Well, except the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway.
Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic. You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Possibly, though it was kind of tricky last time, and I didn't get much out of it in the end.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that.
Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
Watch your
Brauche
boots
keinen
in here,
Hinweis.
son. It's like a swamp without the clean parts.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping. It says jail
Also,
rules.
es gibt nur eine Regel.
1. No escaping. I don't remember this place being so leaky.
They finally installed running water.
Die erste Regel sind kleine Fluchtversuche.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away. Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Oh, that's terrible.
Believe me, I feel worse about it than you do.
Could you refer me to a competitor?
Stab me in the heart. You'd go to a competitor? Where's your loyalty, son?
Well, seeing as you're in jail and have no ships and can't help me, I thought...
It doesn't matter anyway. There's no competition. I drove them all out of business long ago. Nobody can play the angles like old Stan. I didn't really anticipate a situation like this one coming up.
Could I get a ship from you after you're out of jail?
Don't count on it, son. I expect to be released any time, but I haven't even got anything on back order. It pains me to lose a sale, but if you need to get off this island, you're gonna have to find another way.
Any tips on how to steal a ship from someone else?
One word, son. Mutiny. Get yourself on board a worthy vessel, gain the confidence of the crew, wait for the right moment, and strike. If you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Anything I can do to help you, let me know. As long as it doesn't involve selling you a ship.
Es blendet direkt.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounderbirds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Sehr schön, Stan.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whenever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
Also muss ich nur Ortes befreien.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. Are you sure there's no way I can get a ship from you?
I'm afraid that's the case.
Nuts. It's starting to look like LeChuck's ship really is the only available ship on the island. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. See you later.
Yep.
Ja, das ist ja ein einfacher Quest.
Hey, a spider. At least the jail is well lit.
Yeah, but the better I can see it, the worse it looks.
Hi there, newcomer.
Hi there. At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
What's this lock?
That's for hats.
Welches ferne Meerestier kann man vom Krähennest des Le Ship aus schwimmen sehen? Das ist ja doof. Das verrät mir schon, dass ich auf dem Le Ship sein werde. Aber wir müssen wahrscheinlich wirklich mit Le Shacks Schiff
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
Mit der Quizkarte.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
What's this key?
That's for a lockable quiver.
What is that? It's definitely not a key. Or a lock.
It's a fishing lure, of course.
Of course. I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locksmith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the Undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
But she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
Ah, okay.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Tell me again about how to have keys made. It's exciting.
You bring me the serial number from the lock, I make the key. It's pretty straightforward.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key, one that opens all locks at once.
That seems enormously useful.
Maybe. Depends on if you can close them again.
How would you like to join a pirate crew?
Would I have to leave my shop?
Well, yes, that's the general idea. The crew actually get on the ship and, you know, crew it.
Thanks. I'll pass. Try down at the docks. There's always somebody hiring somebody down there.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted.
Okay, also entweder kann ich,
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
Okay, entweder muss ich sie aus dem Laden kriegen, aber ich brauche ja erstmal die Nummer. Und da komme ich ja zurzeit noch nicht ran. Und die Dame scheint mir hier Tipps zu geben.
Things are not what they seem. All keys are gold. It's the way of keys.
Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball.
Gehen wir zum Haus der Gouverneurin. Man weiß nur alles von früher. Schwertmeisterin.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
When was the last time you had a bath?
Ha! That was marginally clever.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
I hope you're not still sore about that thing with the ship that one time?
Ancient history.
Oh, good.
I can think of plenty of more recent things to hold against you.
Oh.
I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
I'm not automatically involved with everything Elaine does just because we're married.
I can see that. If it isn't about the scurvy project, why are you here?
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I'll be needing a crew. You interested?
Ha! I'd rather swallow a live badger than crew with you again. No offense intended.
So unlikely, but still possible?
No. You want a crew, go down to the docks and hire one.
Is there a government program that funds expeditions to find secrets of Monkey Island?
Oh, gosh. You're too late for that one. We canceled it last year and diverted the funds to build a habitat for the rare Caribbean whining leech.
Darn.
There's a ship at the docks that's headed for Monkey Island.
I think you're talking about LeChuck's ship.
Do you want to go to Monkey Island or don't you?
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'll pay for it.
I don't need your money.
Führt zu Schiff Kampfstrategien. Gute Tricks, die Sie zu Hause machen können.
Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh. It's thicker than I would have imagined. Warning, do not try these tricks at home. Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never
I totally forgot.
Of course you did. You think like a cow.
Sind sogar ein paar Anleihen von den alten Kämpfen.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
Dankeschön.
It's a lot of work being governor.
Oh, das ist da, wo wir ja ins Wasser geschmissen werden. Das weiß ich nicht mehr. Das war, glaube ich, in Teil 2.
Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today. I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen instant cereal.
Ich glaube, es war damals, du wirst ins Wasser geworfen und nimmst den Stein einfach in dein Inventar und kannst dann rausgehen und rettest so dein Leben. Im ersten auch.
It's soft and extra fuzzy.
Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood. Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last. You never.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy.
Ja, wir waren wohl wegen dem Stofftier her.
Edgy. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done.
Wobei ich noch nicht weiß, was ich mit dem Stofftier mache.
Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Museum of Pirate Lore. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
Gar nicht mal so leichte Fragen, finde ich.
Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
Alle sind zum Mitternachtsmittagessen. In die Tiefen des Waldes, wo ich mich sicher verlaufen werde.
Purple flowers. These must be lavender. Or monkshood. Or cyclamen. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny
Geh mal zur Werft und hol die Zahnbürste erstmal für Stan.
Wow, that's worse than I imagined. I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. This used to be such a bright, cheery place.
Jetzt ein Master ist ein
It's a
Schwamm.
dried up old sea sponge. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush?
Ja, ist es.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships.
Fast gute Schiffe.
It always looks bigger on this side of the island. Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. I could stare at this forever, but that wouldn't be much fun for you. Has LeChuck's ship set sail yet?
Nope, still at the dock.
See anything interesting out there?
Change. The future.
Are those the names of ships? All I can see is open water.
It's what I named my cataracts.
Huh. You've been at this post a long time.
Yep. My eyesight isn't what it once was, but my hearing is still as sharp as the governor's sword.
And that's helpful for being a lookout?
There's hardly ever anything to see anyway. The job is mostly about greeting people. Welcome to Melee Island!
Thanks.
Ah, da ist auch noch eine Quizkarte. Nein, es gibt keine Deutsch-Sprachausgabe, weil es ist ein 23-Euro-Spiel oder 22 Euro. Und dementsprechend gibt es keine Deutsch-Sprachausgabe. Aufgrund von Scurvy müssen alle Schiffe am nördlichen von Scurvy Island Folgendes mit sich führen. Die Metten. Das ist das, was meine Frau Elaine hier fordert.
Hi there, little guy.
Oh, da ist noch eine Karte. Ich wusste am Anfang nicht, dass die überall reingesteckt sind. Wie viele tote Piraten befinden sich in dem verlassenen Lager auf Terror Island? Ein paar.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like pirating to me.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years, you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes!
Now get lost.
Fanservice übrigens, Archivend bekommen.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's those three clowns at the back table.
Yo.
Am Ende von Monkey Island 1 wurde LeChuck besiegt mit Malzbier. Das weiß man wenigstens.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting.
Guy
sehr
Brush
schön.
Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Same old, same old.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.